Hello, my name is Violet.
Hi, I'm Jorge.
Alright, guys. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a very well rounded person. I try to be as upfront with everyone as possible. And just to describe myself a little bit, my name is Paul Rangel. And I chose three different type of media forms to help describe who I am more closely. And I specifically chose three different types of medias, not all the same. I chose a character from a show. I chose a song that's very dear to my heart, and I chose a movie that better describes my relationship and my daily life. The very first thing that you need to know is that I'm kind of like Ross Geller from Friends. And the reason being is because our attributes are that of a nice guy. We try to be as friendly as we can, we try to be as helpful as we can, and yet at times it seems like we finish last. But see, that's the good thing about Ross, and me, of course, is that we have our faults, and we make mistakes, and no matter what, we're just human. Everyone's going to make them, and we just try to power through them regardless. Another thing you need to know about Ross is he's very determined. They might ridicule him, they may joke on him about you know, his career and whatnot, but he loves it. He loves what he does, and he's not gonna let a little joke or a prank stop him. I'm kind of the same way. My biggest thing is I want to help people, and if I can do that, in any way, shape, or form, that's the best thing for me. Something else about Ross is his responsibilities as a father, as a brother, and as a friend. He's a father to two children, and no matter what, he's always going to do what he can for them. I am kind of the same. I have one child. His name is Max, Jamie, but we call him Max, and I would do whatever it takes for him. But that's going to be another subject that I can talk to you guys about. His responsibilities as a brother. He has a sister, and he's always trying to take care of her as much as he can. At times he couldn't be there, but I grew up with three sisters, and I'm the only boy. So I know what it's like to be very protective of your sister and your brothers. They're very strong, just like his sister, Monica. They're very independent and whatnot. But regardless, we're going to be there to try to protect them and try to guide them as much as we can. And as a friend, I try to be as honest as I can with everyone. I think y'all guys mostly know that, but I try to be as helpful as I can as well. And no matter what, I will always be there for anyone who needs me, in any way, of course. The next media form is a song. It's very, very special to my heart. It's, I want to say from the old days, I don't really know how old it is, but it does describe an aspect in my life that is also very important to me. It's my relationship. The song is Envy Riders, it's Pretty Girl, and it talks about a girl that is different from any others that he's met in my life. My significant other is very special to me. We have gone through hardships, we have gone through the happiest moments, and it's through the rough times that I really respect her. She not only pushes through them, but she looks away from my faults as well, and I can respect her so much for that. In the song, it describes how she's the kind of girl that you can take to your mother. Well, I did, and she's been the only girl that I have taken to my mother, and for that, my mother respects her. My mother loves her. My mother always asks about her, and I guess that's why this song is very close to me. I kind of dedicated to her. One of the very first songs. If not actually, it was the very first song that I dedicated to her. You know, um, it's not every day that you find the significant other that you can honestly say you want to spend the rest of your life with, but I have actually found that person in her. And even though our personalities kind of clash, I think it's what makes us stronger. She's very independent. She's very spontaneous. I'm more, I guess you want to say radical. Um, kind of thinking ahead, and I'm very, very chill. Is I guess the word you want to use for that. But she tries to push me past that and live for the day while I try to make her think of the future. The next big thing in my life would probably be my family aspect. My son. My son is very, very important to me. And in that, I kind of want to compare it to Finding Nemo. I know it's very cheesy using Finding Nemo as a cartoon. It's not really out there, but the family dynamics of it is very, very important. You know, although my significant other, his mother is there for them, I view the father-son relationship. I would go to the ends of any world to do what I have to do for him, take care of him, and provide for him by any means necessary. He is probably the most significant thing in my life, and for that I will never lose myself in who I am. The last thing I want to say is, the responsibilities that Marlon had in Finding Nemo is he would always take care of his kid, of course, and he tried to be a man to his son. He tried to be that role model. Me personally, I want to be that role model to my son as my father was to me. My father was a very wise man. My father is my hero. I only wish I could be half of that to my son and hope that he views me the same way as I did my father. In a very humble way, but still viewing him as a hero. My father is my ultimate hero. In conclusion, I may not always be right, and I might not always say the right things, but they're mistakes. They're mistakes regardless. I will always make them. You guys will always make them. Everyone's going to make them. The only thing we can do is go past it and move on regardless. Um, I will try to do everything I can to be who I need to be and do what I have to do, but I will try to do it without compromising who I am. Compromise my principles and my morals, as Ross did. Ross is a very, very strong person that I can relate to, so he's probably the persona that I most likely attribute to. And no matter what, I might have used 3 different medias, but that's the diversity that I kind of have. I've been here, I've been there, I've done this and done that. And the best thing you can do is try to find the good in every media form. Whether it be a song and you love their lyrics for the pain that you've gone through or the good that you've gone through, or a movie that touches you in a way that you seem to find the emotional aspect of yourself. I'm not a very emotional person. I don't like to show, but through these media forms, I feel like I can best personify who I am as a person. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me, and